Based on every poll that I've seen, Episode 4 is by far the best up to this point. And it's no wonder, the ending of the episode is what has everyone talking. We got Anakin back. Well, as I mentioned in a previous video, things aren't exactly as they seem. Many fans were quick to notice how something about him seemed off. Many chalked it up to poor de-aging, but I don't think that's it. We already discussed Vader's lightsaber, his dark robes, the fact that he doesn't appear as a Force ghost, and most importantly, the Imperial March playing as we cut to black. All of this would seem to suggest that we are not dealing with Anakin himself. But if it's not Anakin, then what is going on? What is this place? Most assume that this is the world between worlds, but the more that I think about it, the less I agree with it. Sure, it looks like the world between worlds, but again, something's off. Well, I have a theory that I believe explains everything. This is a trial. We've seen this before, in the original trilogy in fact. When Luke enters the cave on Dagobah, he is, of course, confronted by Vader, and we get the famous scene of Luke decapitating him only for it to be revealed that it's Luke's face beneath the helmet. Now, none of this is real, as we know. In Luke's case, it was a glimpse into what Luke would become if he followed the same path as his father. Vader was not actually there, and nothing physically happened, and yet, it was something Luke needed to go through to progress in his training and strengthen his connection to the light side of the Force. He needed to confront his greatest fear, becoming Vader. If I remember correctly, that cave was a dark side Force nexus, one by which Yoda chose to live to mask his Force signature. If Luke had not gone through this trial, personally I believe that he would have struck Vader down in Episode 6 and actually joined the Emperor as his father's replacement. But relating this back to Ahsoka, I believe we are seeing a very similar trial. It's possible that under the Night Sister structure on top that cliff was a Force nexus, and whether she is injured or mostly dead or something else, let's suppose that Ahsoka entered this Force nexus and is in her trial. It looks like the world between worlds because that is a place to which she has been before. Anakin was her master, and the biggest part about her past that she hasn't reconciled with. I've heard speculation about next week's episode that we will be getting a Vader versus Ahsoka on Mustafar fight, among other wild rumors, and yeah, that kind of makes sense. If this is a trial, she will see what she needs to see, and she will be shown what she needs to be shown. And please don't hate me for mentioning this, but we also saw the same for Rey in The Last Jedi. She too had to face her greatest fear, that she will never know her parents, and that she comes from nothing. Again, I believe this is what we're seeing, and Anakin looking slightly off is a non-issue. World Between Worlds or Mustafar or wherever else, it doesn't matter. This is her trial, and she must face her greatest fear, her abandonment of and failure to save Anakin Skywalker.